I'm Leia, and I'm speaking to you straight from the heart of the Philippines. Today, we are going behind closed doors because someone needs to tell you the truth before you pay for a mistake you can't afford. Listen to me carefully, Kuya. Most Western men over 60 think the ultimate victory is finally getting a beautiful, young Filipina into the bedroom. You think the hard part is over. You couldn't be more wrong. If you are looking for a sugar-coated fantasy where everything is magic and rainbows, close this video right now. I'm here for the real men who want respect, not just a scripted performance. The moment those lights go low is the exact moment you either cement your status as a king or reveal yourself as just another ATM with a heartbeat. There is a very thin line between being a respected partner and being a client in her mind, and most of you are sprinting across it without even knowing it. When you cross these three unspoken cultural boundaries I'm about to reveal, the intimacy dies instantly, and the transaction begins. And trust me, you do not have enough zeros in your bank account to pay the price she will start charging in her head once she loses respect for you. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to protect your dignity and your wallet. I'm handing you the keys to the three invisible walls that keep your Filipina dream from turning into a cold, expensive business arrangement. Your future happiness and your financial survival depends on you understanding this. Let's have a real talk, Kuya. You didn't travel thousands of miles just to be another tourist taking photos of mangoes. You came here because the world you spent your life building, the one where a man was valued for his strength and his provision, has turned its back on you. In your home country, the modern, dating scene treats a man of your experience like he's expired. You're tired of being judged, tired of the coldness, and tired of feeling like your best years are behind you. Then you look at the Philippines. You see the glowing skin, the soft voices, and those smiles that seem to stay bright even in the rain. It looks like paradise, and you feel like you've finally found the reset button on your happiness. But I need to pull back the curtain, even if the light stings your eyes. That paradise has a price list that nobody prints on the brochures. Many of the girls you meet online aren't looking for a soulmate. They are looking for a solution. They are under massive pressure from their families to find a generous provider who can solve 20 years of poverty with one swipe of a card. To them, your age isn't a sign of wisdom. It's a sign of a mature harvest that is ready to be collected. They've been trained by their environment to give you the perfect girlfriend experience, while their hearts are actually calculating the cost of a new concrete house for their mother. I know this sounds harsh, but I'm telling you this because I respect you. It's not your fault that you believe in the dream. You are a good, honest man who expects the same honesty in return. You've worked too hard and sacrificed too much to be treated like a walking ATM. I understand that deep, quiet ache for someone to truly water your garden and care for you, not just your financial fortress. You aren't a fool for wanting to feel alive again, Kuya. You just entered a game where the rules were written in a language you don't speak yet. That's why I'm here. I'm going to make sure you keep your dignity while you find the affection you've been searching for. To truly grasp why the bedroom is such a high-stakes minefield for a man of your stature, you have to understand the fiesta guest dynamic. In the Philippines, hospitality is our religion. Imagine you are invited to a private barangay fiesta. The family brings out their best roasted pig, the finest lace tablecloths, and they treat you like a visiting king. As long as you are the guest of honor, you receive the most authentic warmth and the sweetest smiles. You feel like you finally belong. But here is where most men over 60 stumble and fall. There is a very thin, invisible line between being the guest and trying to be the homeowner. The moment you start acting like you own the house, or the moment you disrespect the private altar of her dignity, the hospitality doesn't end, it transforms. We call it the plastic smile. She won't scream at you or kick you out. She was raised to be polite. Instead, she will provide you with a perfect, scripted performance while her heart exits through the back door. In your world, dating is often like a fast food transaction. You pay for the meal, you eat, and you're done. But in our culture, it's about the sanctity of the invitation. If you treat the bedroom like a checkout counter, she immediately switches from affection mode into merchant mode. She stops seeing a partner and starts seeing a project that needs to be managed for maximum profit. You're still at the party, Kuya, but the music has stopped playing in her head. If you want the home-cooked love and not the canned performance, you must respect the 3 walls I'm about to show you. Now that you understand the atmosphere of the room, let's walk through the 3 invisible tripwires that can blow up your future in a single night. Most men your age think they are being transparent or efficient, but in our culture, efficiency is the death of romance. If you want to remain the king of her heart, and not just the king of her bank account, you must master these 3 unspoken rules of the private altar. The first wall you must never kick down is what I call the financial silence boundary. Here is the brutal truth. In the Philippines, we have a concept called hiya, which translates to a deep, stinging sense of shame. Even if she desperately needs your generosity to fix her mother's roof or pay for her brother's school, bringing up the support for the family while you are still watering the garden is a fatal mistake. To you, it might feel like you're being a great provider by confirming the payment. To her, the moment you mention a dollar amount while the lights are low, you have officially turned a private connection into a commercial transaction. The hidden tactic here is simple. A Filipina wants to feel like she is giving herself to a man she admires, not a client she is servicing. When you talk about the financial fortress you're building for her during intimacy, her brain immediately switches from affection mode into merchant mode. She stops seeing a partner and starts seeing a project that needs to be managed for maximum profit. I've seen this happen 1,000 times with men over 60. They think they are being kind by saying, "Don't worry, honey, I'll send the $500 tomorrow," right after they've sampled the mango. Kuya, you just told her that the price of her affection is $500. You just devalued her soul. From that second on, she will never look at you with real eyes again. She will look at you like a checkout counter. If you want to keep her respect, the rule is surgical. Never negotiate your support in the bedroom. Keep the generosity talk for the coffee shop and the private connection for the sheets. Do not let the 2 worlds touch, or you will pay the price in a plastic smile that lasts forever. Now, before I tell you about the most dangerous digital trap you can set for yourself, I have to be honest with you. These videos only scratch the surface of the psychological warfare happening in the dating scene here. If you are serious about protecting your heart and your financial fortress while finding a woman who actually cares if you wake up tomorrow, you need to join my inner circle. It's a private email list where I share the red flags and the golden keys that are too raw and too politically incorrect for the public eye. It's free, it's direct, and it might just save you $100,000 in tuition fees. You can find the link right below this video. Go ahead and secure your spot, and then come right back, because this next point is where most egos get bruised. The second boundary is the digital respect boundary. In a rush of adrenaline and ego, many men over 60 want to take souvenirs of their private connection. You want to capture the moment on your phone, or maybe you want to show her off to your friends back home to prove you've still got it. This is a massive security risk in her mind. You have to understand that a young Filipina's greatest asset isn't her beauty, it's her social standing. The moment you pull out a camera without a years-long foundation of trust, you aren't a lover anymore. You are a threat actor. She will immediately assume you are going to use those images as leverage, or that you see her as a trophy rather than a person. Her internal security fee will instantly double. She will start planning her exit strategy, or worse, she will start asking for significantly more support because you've made her feel unsafe. She thinks, if he's going to treat me like a product, I'm going to charge him like a luxury brand. If you want to stay the king, put the phone in the drawer. A real king doesn't need a digital receipt of his conquest. He enjoys the maturity of the harvest in silence. When you show her that her reputation is safe with you, she will open doors for you that money can never buy. This leads us to the final and perhaps most misunderstood boundary: the sanctity of the morning. In the West, you are used to hookup culture, fast, cold, and transactional. You have your fun, you check your watch, and you suggest she heads home so you can get some sleep. Kuya, if you do that in the Philippines, you have just told her she is a service provider. To us, the after time is when we evaluate if you are a provider or a predator. If you provide a cold exit, she will feel discarded and used. Her heart will turn to stone, and the next time you want to visit the jungle, she will make sure it's the most expensive trip you've ever taken. A king understands affectionate presence. You don't have to run a marathon, you just have to stay. Share a meal, offer a quiet salamat, and let her feel like she is part of your life, not just a schedule entry. If you treat the morning after with the same respect as the night before, you aren't just a client anymore. You become the homeowner she wants to protect. But be careful, because as you're about to see, the biggest boundary you need to worry about isn't hers. It's the one you're probably about to break yourself. But Kuya, let's stop the music for a second and look at the cold, hard truth that most men refuse to face. We've spent this time talking about her walls, but the most dangerous boundary in that room isn't hers at all. It's yours. There is a psychological trap that catches even the smartest men once the lights go low, and I call it the pillow talk leak. You see, when a man of 60 feels the private connection of a young, beautiful woman, something happens to his ego. You feel powerful, you feel seen, and for the first time in years, you feel like the king you always knew you were. In that state of pure validation, you want to reward her. You want to prove you are the ultimate provider. So, you start talking. You start revealing the blueprints to your financial fortress. You mention the exact size of your monthly pension, the inheritance sitting in your brokerage account, or exactly where you keep your emergency stash. You think you're building a bridge of trust. You think you're showing her she's finally part of your inner circle. But here is the plot twist that will sting. In her mind, you aren't sharing a secret. You're issuing a lifestyle upgrade invitation for her entire clan. The second those numbers leave your lips, the romance dies, and the strategic planning begins. She isn't feeling your affection anymore. She's calculating how many cousins your retirement fund can put through nursing school. The real scammer in the room isn't always the girl. Often, it's your own ego telling you that you can buy a deeper level of love with financial transparency. Keep your heart open, Kuya, but keep your vault locked. If you want her to love the man, never let her fall in love with the math. I know I've just walked you through a cultural minefield, Kuya, and your heart might feel a bit heavy right now. You might be wondering if finding real affection is even possible in a world of merchant mode and hidden agendas. But please, listen to me closely. The Philippines is still the most beautiful place on earth for a good man to find the devotion he's been missing his whole life. Don't let the red flags make you cynical. For every girl looking for a financial solution, there are 10,000 loyal, traditional, and incredibly soft-hearted women who are praying for a man with your exact maturity. At 60, you aren't expired. You are at your absolute peak. You have the stability, the life experience, and the quiet, respectful strength that a 20-year-old boy simply doesn't understand. To a real Filipina, your experience is a treasure, and your age is a sign of a man who knows how to truly cherish a woman. You are a king, Kuya, and you deserve a queen who honors the man, not just the math. Now that you have the map and know where the traps are hidden, you can navigate this paradise with total peace of mind. You aren't a target anymore. You are a wise leader. Take a deep breath and stand tall. Your best chapters aren't behind you. They are waiting for you to arrive, smarter and stronger than ever before. Kuya, the bedroom is where the mask finally falls off. Now you know exactly how to keep your dignity intact, and her heart filled with real affection, not just a scripted performance. But I want to ask you something. Have you ever felt that plastic smile take over the room after a small cultural mistake? I want to hear your stories in the comments. Your experience could be the exact warning another man needs to hear today. My mission is to ensure that honorable, mature men like you never feel like a client ever again. If this insight saved you a headache, a small tip for a bucket of Jollibee chicken, or a cold bottle of San Miguel would be a wonderful blessing for a girl living the simple life here. It keeps me fueled to tell you the truths no one else will. Thank you for your trust. Be the king you were meant to be. Good luck, Kuya!